Unlike previous years made by Google launch events, the Mountain View tech giant treated us to the very first Launch Night In, a live stream announcements of all of their latest and greatest hardware. There is a lot to unpack after yesterday's keynote, and Google looks to be leveraging affordability and accessibility this year. 4 new hardware products were introduced during the Launch Night In livestream, but let's give you a quick recap. Thanks for watching 9 to 5 Google here on YouTube. Remember to thumbs up, hit subscribe, and then tap the bell icon to be among the first to watch our upcoming videos. The most obvious place to start our Launch Night In recap is the star of the show, the Google Pixel 5. As is customary, quite a lot of information was known about the device thanks to leaks and rumours ahead of the event, but the official announcement always brings up some interesting tidbits and extras. So here's the lowdown. The Pixel 5 comes with a 6-inch 90Hz Full HD Plus OLED display, the Snapdragon 765G 5G chipset, 8GB of RAM, 128GB of storage. Weirdly, it has a 4000 to 4080 mAh battery due to some manufacturing shenanigans, wireless charging and reverse wireless charging, IP68 water and dust resistance, a 12.2 megapixel dual camera setup which consists of a wide and ultra-wide lens, and an 8 megapixel selfie camera. It also has a $699 price in the US. It's only available in 2 colours, and those are just black and sage green this time around. It also comes with some new software features, including the assistant-powered call holding service Hold For Me, and plenty of camera performance upgrades. Night Sight now works in portrait mode, while there's also a portrait light. For video, Google introduced locked, active and cinematic pan stabilization modes. While of course the end results do look improved from the sample shots shared, there is no pixel neural core this time around, which means slightly slower image processing. Google is also offering up to $365 trade-ins on the Pixel 4 for those wanting to upgrade to the Pixel 5, although this might be a debatable upgrade for Pixel 4 owners. Joining the Pixel 5 is the 4a 5G. Think of this as the Pixel 4a's bigger brother. It's basically a bumped up version of that device with a taste of the Pixel 5 included. The weirdest thing to come out of the keynote is just how long you'll have to wait to get your hands on this sub $500 smartphone. It is expected to go on sale in the US from November 19th. That said, the Pixel 4a 5G will measure in at 6.2 inches with a Full HD Plus 60Hz OLED and packs in the Qualcomm Snapdragon 765G 5G enabled chipset. There's also 6GB of RAM, 128GB of storage, and a 3800 mAh battery. The rear camera setup is the same 12.2 megapixel wide and ultra-wide setup as found on the Pixel 5 too. This device also lacks the Pixel neural core for that faster image processing. We knew the price before the launch, which will start at $499 in the US, with that official release date touted as November 19th. It will only come in just black, even though Google teased a white model during the keynote. This white model will be exclusive to Verizon in the US, but it is unclear if it will be available outside of the US. Both the Pixel 5 and 4a 5G are also set to come with Stadia Pro, 100GB of Google One storage, and Google Play Pass free for 3 months after purchase. Google also unveiled a brand new audio product with the Nest branding. The Nest Audio is a spiritual successor to the original Google Home, with some notable audio hardware improvements. To recap what was said about this speaker during the Launch Night In keynote, this device has more in common with the Google Home Max than any other audio product thus far. The Nest Audio takes on a pillow shape, which should help it blend in well in most homes, and the Nest Audio speaker is available in a variety of pastel colours, including chalk, charcoal, sand, sky, and a sage green that mimics the Pixel 5 colour. As with the Home Mini, Nest Mini, and Nest Wi-Fi speakers already available, the new Nest Audio includes touch controls for common actions like adjusting volume and more. To activate, the top left and top right corners can be tapped to adjust the volume up and down respectively. The space in between these areas can be tapped, effectively working like a large play and pause button. At the rear you'll also find a physical mute switch for the microphone, along with the barrel jack for the power cable. The smart speaker's built-in 90mm tweeter and 75mm mid-woofer should offer an impressive audio experience that Google is claiming can fill an entire room. The Nest Audio speaker is available from October 5th, priced at $99 in the US, $30 lower than the original Google Home speaker. And potentially the sleeper hit of Google's entire launch night in event, the fresh Google Chromecast signifies a change in tact for one of the most popular streaming sticks on the market. To recap, the new Chromecast is effectively Google's direct answer to Roku and Amazon Fire TV lines. For the first time, Google is bundling in a remote with the Google Chromecast. It also now comes with Google TV pre-installed, giving us a proper UI to navigate with the brand new remote. This OS is built upon Android TV and should provide a far more cohesive experience for those who find using their smartphone a little frustrating. The remote comes with dedicated Netflix and YouTube buttons along with the customary Google Assistant button. It also includes colour-specific batteries that correspond with the 100% recycled designs, which is why no black Chromecast exists this year. You'll be able to pick up the Chromecast with Google TV for just $49 in the US in snow, sunrise and sky colours. Of course, this new Chromecast with Google TV supports 4K output with HDR10 Plus and Dolby Vision. There's also Dolby Atmos, DTS and Dolby Digital Plus surround sound support, as long as your other hardware and streaming services support it. It's powered by an Amlogic S95D3 chip and 2GB of RAM. There's also 4GB of onboard storage available to the user for apps and games, and for most users, around 1GB of that will be used by pre-installed services. And because the new Chromecast is Android based, you can sideload applications if you do want to take that risk. This will allow some extra services to be added. You can also hook up USB devices with a USB-C hub to further enhance the diminutive streaming stick. On top of that, official Google Stadia support is coming very soon, and it's also worth noting that this device is replacing the current Chromecast Ultra. So all in all, that was a super quick recap of all of the new hardware introduced during the launch night in keynote. But of the new announcements, what are you most excited for, or even what was the biggest letdown? Be sure to let us know down in the comments section below. But as always, until next time, this is Damien with 9to5Google saying thanks for watching, and I will speak to you later.